Residents are still mourning the loss of Jian Garson. The initiative founder was killed when the Nexus hit the Scourge. An official tribute is planned. The director Jaron Tan has provided few details so far. Without Jian, we wouldn't be here. But now that we are here, we need to focus on surviving before we can celebrate. Unified curriculum installed. Species are at odds as talks break down over a unified curriculum for initiative children. If this is meant to be a news thing, probably more formal language. I'm criticizing the writing. What's new? The Asari say they'll wait it out until demands are met. This is the kind of thing you think would be discussed ahead of time? Or am I being silly? A ray of hope for sleep-starved residents. Maintenance begins on malfunctioning sun lamps, causing unending daylight in some Nexus quarters. A worker was lost to space during repairs on the Nexus hull. The victim's name has been withheld until next of kin in the Milky Way are notified. I think are. Illness baffles experts. A violent illness related to cherry-like fruit brought back from Habitat 7 has authorities baffled. Multiple passengers are still in quarantine. Top scientists have few answers as the dark energy anomaly known as the Scourge limits travel and communication in the cluster. Authorities continue work to establish contact with our Milky Way descendants. As of now, beacons confirming arrival in Helios remain unanswered. Unless they already had children, they wouldn't have descendants. Family. After a high-profile exile, Krogan are returning to the Nexus. The Krogan have been welcomed back into the initiative after officials accepted their push for equal status. Clan leader Nakmor Morda welcomed the support and resources new Tachanka will now receive. It's about time, she said. So, some of these we've already heard, and are from before. This is very recent. I'm really confused. Nakmor Morda triumphs after a challenge for a title as Krogan Overlord. Following their exile from the Nexus, Jorgal Strux claimed he was the rightful Krogan leader in Helios, but Morda retained her title, defeating Strux in open combat in front of a roaring crowd on Eladon. We've done this. An embassy has been, I think this was after this. An embassy has been established on Aya. This is in a completely random order. Oh, this is annoying. Marking a major diplomatic success for the initiative, Nexus representatives are now working directly with the Angara to learn more about both the cluster and the Ket. Okay, so these are the most recent, but that top one is like the first one that ever would have been received, surely. Showdown Kadara rivals vie for power in the exiled port. After a bitter fight with the collective rivals, the outcasts have now claimed control of Kadara. The collective leader known as Charlton has now been identified as Reyes Vidal, a notorious smuggler. Vidal is on the run as Kadara's security titans under outcast leader Sloane Kelly. I think if I'd felt I had a choice, I would have picked Reyes Vidal. But it's one of those things where he goes about it in this really, really sinister way that I couldn't support. And I don't like that. Like, why can't there be a nice side that isn't going to be horribly deceptive for everyone? It's annoying. Nexus exiles find a home as former security are implicated in the mutiny. An investigation revealed Nexus security head Sloane Kelly played a role in the uprising that killed dozens. Initiative authorities tracked the exiles, including Kelly, to Kadara. The Asari Ark has been recovered in deep space after nearly being destroyed during a Ket assault. The Lucinia was mostly evacuated by the time Initiative forces intercepted the Ark in the Valet system. This after the Asari Pathfinder matriarch Ishara was killed while attempting negotiations with the Ket. William Spender... This is incredibly... There's no order to this. Why can't you just put them in an order of this is the first one, and then so on, so on, so on, and then... Oh my goodness, because this is very... This is more recent than finding the Asari Ark. But the Asari Ark was before the stuff with Morda. It's completely random. William Spender, Assistant Director of Colonial Affairs, has been fired after he was caught stealing supplies from the Nexus and smuggling them to exiles. Spender was himself exiled from the Nexus for his crimes. His whereabouts are currently unknown. The Turian Ark has been found, but the Turian Pathfinder, Mason Barrow, was reportedly killed shepherding the Ark planetside. Former Spectre Avitus Rix is now expected to assume the role of Pathfinder. The Initiative has found the Solarian Ark. This is one of the most recent things I've done. Why is this in the middle? Like, I can understand if it was the top or the bottom, but it's in the middle. The Initiative has found the Solarian Ark. Reports suggest the Pochero was intercepted by Ket forces in the Tefeno system. Reached for comment, officials refused to provide any details on the status of the Ark or its inhabitants, but they do confirm the Solarian Pathfinder has died. Amid confusion and questions, the Nexus now braces for a potential influx of Solarian settlers. An Angaran delegation arrives on the Nexus. Initiative brass are now working to broker an alliance with the species native to Andromeda. While tensions persist, the Angaran ambassador was reportedly impressed with the Nexus and its resources. Why is that in the middle? Oh my... Just complaining. History is made after the Initiative establishes Prodromos, its first outpost in Helios. The establishment of the EOS outpost follows 2 disastrous attempts that claim numerous lives. Even so, authorities say they're overwhelmed by applicants now hoping to settle the planet. I like little bits like that, where it's either they're different things, they're just about separate things. Like we had a couple that were independent of us. But even now, it's it's showing an impact beyond what we normally see, because this isn't something you can see. Apparently, they're not going to highlight the terminal. Or have a few news terminals. Or even like a newspaper vendor person. Do that. Do you wanna subscribe to this? Oh, you're the Pathfinder. Oh, you get a free subscription from the Nexus to look at all the news things. Or yeah. Have it be on your emails. An expedition to Eos in the Pythias system has discovered a mysterious facility that authorities are calling a vault. Though not much is yet known about the underground structure, it is believed to be remnant in origin. Noted Asari scientist Pelisaria Basale, what we activated in the vault drastically improved the atmosphere on Eos. Where is the verb? Says, or according to. Noted. This is the first thing in the game. It's in the middle of the news. The human Pathfinders died. Alec Ryder was killed after touching down on Habitat 7 in the Erickson system. Ryder's son has reportedly replaced him as Pathfinder, taking command of the Tempest in the ongoing search for a home in Andromeda. The ongoing investigation into an infamous uprising aboard the Nexus is centered on 2 alleged instigators, life support specialist Calix Corvanus and an unnamed Asari engineer. Both crew members were said to be instrumental in keeping the Nexus viable after first contact with the Scourge, before ultimately betraying Nexus leadership. Corvanus was killed by Nexus security forces. The engineer is exiled. Officials believe some individuals loyal to the mutineers remained on the Nexus. Eyes are everywhere, warned Initiative Director Jaren Tan, and our eyes will not blink. Nexus work crews continue to make targeted repairs to systems and infrastructure after the station's devastating collision with the Scourge prompted an emergency wake-up in Helios. Oxygen and filtration levels have stabilised, but conservation rules remain in effect until further notice. We've got a long road ahead of us, Initiative Director Jaren Tan said, but we'll get there if we stay civil and stick to protocol. The remains of colonists who died in the first attempts to settle Eos are coming home. Remains from Sites 1 and 2 have finally been recovered, giving closure to numerous families aboard the Nexus. There are now calls for an inquiry into why the bodies were left planetside after 2 failed attempts to establish outposts. So that's a side quest that I've done, which surely should be, above Pathfinder Alec Ryder's killed, if we're doing that way around, but... As more colonists land planetside, Initiative officials do not recommend any interaction with Remnant or Ket technology. Any civilians encountering alien tech should alert the nearest authorities and keep a safe distance. Nexus authorities are getting their first look inside the Krogan colony on Eladin. There is no logical order to this. It's actually starting to hurt. Designed to work despite the planet's harsh, unwieldy terrain and dubbed New Tachanka after the Krogan homeworld, the colony is called both a marvel of engineering and a dangerous shantytown. By accounts, the Krogan appear to be putting down deep roots on the arid moon. All pods on the Hyperion are now functioning properly after a glitch woke dozens of colonists not yet scheduled to come out of stasis. The glitch reportedly scrambled the ship's manifest. Colonists woken up because of the glitch have the option to return to their pods or take a job on the Nexus suited to their abilities. Sulfur that rendered water toxic on Kadara is now potable. Potable? I've never had to actually say that word. I know it means drinkable. After the human Pathfinder found and activated a fault on the planet's surface. Not a lot of people were ordering water, Kralesong bartender Umi Hennen said, but it's nice to be able to add some ice. The human Pathfinders made contact with the legendary Angaran resistance. The rebel group has fought a protracted war with the Ket on the ice planet known as Vold since long before the Nexus arrived in the cluster. Resistance reception to Milky Way species is reportedly warming. A 7-man science team studying the Scourge has been found dead. Scourge flares disabled life support systems aboard the Eudoxus, leaving it adrift in space. Authorities confirmed all aboard the shuttle died instantly. The responsibility for this tragedy rests with me, says Nexus head of astrophysics, Dr. Leinomi Aradana. I shall do all I can to support the families and loved ones of those we have lost. Eladin is now home to an initiative outpost. The Krogan colony, already named New Tachanka, will now act as an official base of operations for the initiative under Morda's guidance. The naming of the outpost on the desert moon ushers in an era of renewed cooperation between the initiative and the Krogan, who abandoned the Nexus after a dispute over authority. This should be next to the bit where, you know, when the Krogan have come back. A major Ket stronghold on Vold has fallen. A decisive blow to Ket operations on the ice planet. Resistance leader Anjik Dogseal praised the efforts of the initiative. We work together to defeat a common enemy, she told HNS. I foresee a great deal of collaboration in the future. An initiative outpost has been established on Vold. The ice planet isn't the most hospitable home, even in Helios, but the Resistance and Initiative colonists pledged to make it work. The settlement has been dubbed Tev Uni and will focus on extracting ice to provide water for the fleet and other colonies. A string of homicides on Kadara have been linked to Rokar activity on the volatile pirate planet. The victims were all colonists from the Milky Way or Angara who were sympathetic to them. The Rokar responsible were killed in a raid by Initiative authorities. Milky Way scientists are scrambling to explain a phenomenon among Angara and Haval that somehow allows them to recall memories of their dead ancestors. The Angara believe in reincarnation along family lines. A widely accepted theory among scientists is that memories are somehow passed down generations, not unlike genetic traits in Earth species, or memories in Assassin's Creed. Multiple colonists from 2 failed outposts on Eos were found alive in stasis, drifting peacefully in an Initiative shuttle. Authorities credit a brave Turian pilot for getting the shuttle off the planet and evading pursuing Ket. The pilot reportedly jettisoned fuel to escape the Ket, while the survivors aboard entered emergency stasis to await rescue. An Initiative outpost has been established on Kadara. Dateon will focus on mining the pirate planet's significant sulfur deposits to use as fertilizer on Initiative worlds. The establishment of the outpost was made possible after a fragile peace was negotiated between the human Pathfinder and exile leadership in the port. There we go. So there's a lot of little things there. I'm quite glad to have read those. Although it is breaking my mind the order they're meant to be in. You'd think they just pick an order. Like the first one is first, or the last one's first. One of the two.
Somehow, all the Nexus knows about us. If I have to endure one more person making finger guns and asking how the pathfinding's going...
Oh, you're not going to finish that? I assume that there's a death thing there.
Hey, Ryder.
Oh, I've exhausted all your dialogue about romance. All 2 lines of it. Do you have anything to say back on the Tempest? I will actually go back now. I'm gonna try and find out. I'm gonna give this game a chance to redeem itself from the complaints that I think I had. Was it? Yeah, I think it was last session. 2 lines on the Nexus. But I've got a sneaking suspicion that I'm being far too generous.
All systems green.
Yeah. Maybe I should go around and chat with everyone once.
What can I do for you, Pathfinder?
Pathfinder?
You probably have work to do. We can chat later.
You know where to find me.
No warmth to that. Like, we're in a relationship. Pathfinder. Like, you may want to go with Ryder. Like, she refers to me by surname or something. Because you can't have all of the... You can't have all of the possible names here.
You always look hungry.
Which, I mean, is reasonable, but still. What are you going to say, Cora? You know?
Ryder?
Nope, nothing.
See you later, Cora.
Stay safe.
It's like, everyone can have a little comment about it. About what they think. No. We've had one dialogue with Drac. And we've had one dialogue with... And a couple of with Vetra on the Nexus. System view. Right, where are we headed next? We've got these quests, this one quest on Volv. Let's actually go and deal with it, shall we? Actually, don't we have things on EOS? Oh, I've got to exit this. Oh, I hate this. Why can't I like look at my journal in that screen? Do I have anything on EOS? So that's Vold. EOS, Kadara, and then something on Eladon. Right, so let's go round. I think is probably the way to go, and then we will finish on thingy, and then we will finish off on Vold, which will, knowing my luck, will probably end up leading somewhere else. EOS. So
system, home of Eos and Prodromos.
Right. Who am I gonna land with? Because I don't know if they just talk to me or if I need to have Vetra in for them to communicate. Let's land. Do you want to disembark? Yes. I'm not going to change my stuff because I can't be bothered. Being lazy. So we'll switch out Jarl for Cora. Shall I just leave Vetra in? Yeah, and then maybe they'll discuss things. Oh no, back. And we'll confirm.